We are on our way to Egg Island because we have a good weather window to cross to the Abacos tomorrow. So we're going to Egg Island to stage our crossing.
Here we are at the anchorage at Egg Island. There's the Sandflea out there. The girls are over there doing some exploring, and the dinghy is anchored and tied to a tree right over there. Egg Island is located, I don't know, maybe 10 miles west of Spanish Wells, and it makes just a really good jumping off point to go either west to the Berry Islands or north to the Abacos. So this is a good little spot to stage before our crossing tomorrow to the Abacos. Here's the dinghy here floating in, and it's only got maybe 2 or 3 inches of water underneath it on the front and maybe 18 inches water on the back underneath the motor, but man, a stern anchor is so stinking handy. By the way, the anchor back here is a 2.5 pound Mantus dinghy anchor, and it is just, it's amazing. The dinghy anchor we had previously was one of those grapnels, you know what I mean? It's got the foldy out arm things, and that sucker just wouldn't hold on to anything. And this Mantus dinghy anchor, I mean, it works just like the big ones do. I mean, if it's got some sand or something it can get just a halfway decent set in, I could stand back here and pull with all of my weight and strength, and I could not make that thing budge. It's just such an awesome anchor. Anyways, I see so few people using dinghy anchors, especially like as a stern anchor, but it opens up so many possibilities for where you anchor and being able to anchor in a way that really, you know, is easy on the boat and protects the bottom and keeps it away from other boats. Yeah, that kind of thing.
I like this black pebble.
A black pebble.
I don't know. It's like just a black rock.
That is without a doubt the nicest black rock I've ever seen, Tambi.
It's neat.
Are you going to keep it?
Of course.
Oh man, we don't have space on the boat for that.
I have space in my shell guy.
Yeah, okay. There are 2 other boats anchored out there with us. All 3 of us are headed to the Abacos tomorrow. We've touched base with these guys over here. We told them our boat name and what our plan is and when we're leaving and all that stuff. So, you know, it's always good to have a boat buddy that you're going with, or at the very least, just somebody who knows who you are and where you're going and when you intend to get there. So, it just makes things kind of safer, because you never know what can happen out there. Isn't that right, T-Bone?
That's right.
T-Bird.
Yeah?
Oh, Molly. All right, well, that was fun. Okay, it is time for us to get, whoa, about fell down. It is time for us to get the dinghy broken down out of the water and stored on the boat so that we are not towing it to the Abacos. Now, you've probably seen us towing the dinghy plenty of places, but it depends on conditions and it depends on the crossing and lots of other variables like that. I do not feel comfortable towing the dinghy to the Abacos because, for one thing, it's pretty serious crossing, I guess, for the Bahamas. It's 50 miles. It's basically deep ocean water. If you look at like the swell maps on like passage weather, things like that, generally there's quite a bit of swell out there. And also the wind direction tomorrow is, it's going to be a little bit behind the beam. There could be some following seas, I guess. We're not really, you know, running downwind, but this dinghy does not do very well in following seas. It basically surfs the waves so well that it will ram the back of the boat with considerable speed and force. Isn't that right, Tambi?
Yes, it is.
Are you enjoying that beer?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, okay. You ready to get to work?
Mm-hmm.
Get the dinghy out of the water?
Yep.
Okay, all right, here we go.
Wiping off the dinghy. The halves get kind of yucky in between them.
Just had a monster wake come by. A very inconsiderate power boater right when we have the halves separated. Oh crap. Oh jeez. Oh. All right. Thank you. The inconsiderate boaters are not just in Florida. They're everywhere. Okay, there you have it, the final storage solution for the dinghy. It is strapped in with these motorcycle straps, both front and back. Pretty secure, you know, for a crossing where you've studied the weather and you know what kind of conditions to expect. This is not a very good solution if you were trying to cross an ocean. If you took a big wave over the bow, the dinghy would do all kinds of bad stuff. So, but this does get us from, you know, point A to point B in the Bahamas. So anyways, Molly's up there giving the dinghy a scrub. And Tambi is down here still drinking beer. Well, I think she's about to do some cooking.
I am.
Well, started off there were only 3 of us here, but now the number has grown. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 8 of us. And I would bet the vast majority of this group is headed to the Abacos tomorrow. What would you say, Molly?
Uh-huh.
You think that's about right?
Yep.
Everybody go to the Abacos?
Yeah.
This is the jumping off point, isn't it?
Yep.
Okay.
All you go is that way.
Well, it's actually that way. but yeah, you're pretty close. Nice job, Molly.
Thank you. My cheeks puffed out.
Your turn, Tambi. Give it a shot. Come on.
We haven't done it in a while.
I don't want to do it in this crowded anchorage.
Just try it. Listen, hey, this is the first time Tambi has attempted to blow the conch horn this season. All right, let's see what you got. I know you can do it. Come on, Tambi. Come on. You got it. Yeah, there you go. Okay.
I can't
Purse
do
your
it.
lips tighter. Tighter. Oh, wow. Okay. All right. Tighter. Tighter. Oh, you got a little boop.
I can't even whistle. How am I supposed to blow the conch horn?
That has nothing to do with whistling. You gotta. Are you just messing around? Yeah, that was better. That was...
Sound like a dying cow or something.
Sure cute though, watching do this. Oh. Hey. Good morning, my dear.
Good morning. It's too early to be awake.
It is not. The sun is up, darling.
The sun is not up yet.
The birds are chirping.
I heard no birds.
They're out there.
I'm not a morning person.
All right, it is time to get going. There's one boat motoring out that way. There's a catamaran already under sail out there. The rest of the group here is obviously not yet moving. It is currently 6:20 here at Egg Island in the morning. Molly,
Yes.
did you sleep good last night? Ready to do some sailing today?
Mm-hmm.
Should be a pretty nice day. All right, well, we will be getting underway shortly. Our plan was to leave at 7, and we are on track. All right, pull on it. Keep going. Go, go, go. Okay, oh, crank it. I see 5 other boats out there headed the same direction. We're being followed by 2 more that are currently getting their sails up, and there's another, gosh, 1, 2, 3, 4 back there as well. So this is like an armada of 10 boats headed to the Abacos. Isn't that right, baby?
Oh yeah.
Are you doing that manually?
Yes.
Tambi, we have an autopilot.
I know. I'll turn it on.
I bet you will. And it is just great out here right now. Man, it's basically 10 knots of breeze. There's so little swell out here. This is going to be a wonderful day if these kind of conditions keep up. And it's just basically a parade of like 12 boats headed to the Abacos. This is kind of weird, isn't it, Tambi? Having so many boats headed the same direction at the same time. I don't know if we've ever had this many around us before.
No, I don't think so.
We're averaging kind of around 6 knots right now. Not bad at all, and about 8 to 10 knots of breeze. We keep getting passed by guys like this. I can actually hear their motor running, you cheaters. Got passed by these guys too right there. We saw the water coming out of the back of their boat, you cheaters. Yeah, I don't think we know. We know what's going on over there. There's no victory for you, sir. No, sir. No, sir. No. No honor. No honor for you either up there. No, sir. There's the Admiral back there, just observing the situation, ready to give orders or corrections, instructions, even discipline if it came to that. She runs a pretty tight ship. You do not want to cross that, Admiral. Isn't that right? Why do you do this, Tambi?
Do what?
Why do you travel around on a boat if you know you're going to get sick out here when we're doing crossings?
Because the rewards are better than the
suffering?
suffering, I suppose.
Yeah, okay. Still making good time, moving along, slowed down a little bit, still making 5 to 5.5 knots, so that's good. Hang in there, Tambi. Hang in there, Molly. We're probably in, I don't know, averaging maybe 6 to 8 foot swells right now, and definitely, you know, the occasional 10 thrown in there. It's still not horrible conditions by any means. It's a little more downwind than what we'd, you know, really like, but we're moving along pretty good. 5.3, 5.1. Little rolly, but not too bad. Tambi's crashed out down below. Molly's hanging out up here. Hanging tough, Molly. Hanging tough. Alright, Molly, I'm about to test you.
Okay.
And I'm about to show everybody something.
Okay.
And I'm not telling you what it is because I want this to be a true test.
Okay.
Okay, so imagine you just fell in the water. You have to turn on your flashlight.
Yeah.
Boom! On, just like that. Okay, you can turn it off now. Alright, well, there's our current position. Closing in on the Abacos. We left from right down there at Egg Island, so we're pretty much out in the middle now. I can see the lighthouse that's right here. I know you're not going to be able to on the camera, but a little white speck on the horizon out there is the lighthouse that is at the southern tip of the Abacos, and we are getting closer. Currently averaging about 5 knots. Molly just got sick, didn't you? Yeah, both Tambi and Molly have gotten sick. You feeling any better now?
A little bit.
We made this game. I don't know what to call it. It is a, here, do it. It is the ball. It's the ball off of a, you know, one of those ball bungees tied to a string and then hooked up there. And I don't really know what to call this game or even how to play this game, but it's kind of like tennis or something, kind of like ping pong or something. It's like cockpit ping. Whoa, ping pong. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh. are anchored in the Abacos, just behind Leonard Key. This is the first time we've ever been in the Abacos. So this is, from this point forward, is completely new to us. So that's very exciting. Molly, how things going back there?
Good.
Good. You had a kind of a rough day, huh?
Yeah.
Both you and Mommy got sick. And let me tell you, I was doing good until I watched both of you hurl up your breakfast, and then after that, I wasn't feeling so good. Let me say one more thing, and then I'll wrap it up, I promise. The swell out there, it is the most swell we've ever been in. I was standing upright in the cockpit on my feet, so I'm probably, 8 feet. My eyes are at least 8 feet off of the, from the surface of the water, and I'm looking out there across the way at some other boats that are maybe a quarter mile away, and they are like just totally disappearing behind the swell. I mean, mast and everything. So, obviously the swell wasn't as tall as their masts were, but what I'm saying is the swell was at least 8 feet, probably 10, maybe even 12. So that was kind of an interesting part of today, being out in that much swell. The boat handled it well. I mean, the boat just sails so good. Just set it up right, balance it, turn on the autopilot, and just sit back and relax as much as you can, unless you're hurling out your guts. Molly, sorry you had a tough day. You know you're a pretty tough kid, right?
Yeah.
I hate to see you get sick like that, especially when you puke all over the walking surfaces of the boat and Daddy has to hose it off. That really does not help me, when we're underway and I'm already battling nausea, right?
I was trying not to do
What
that.
did you eat that was pink?
I did not. It was not pink.
Oh, trust me, it was pink. Okay, ladies, signing off. Wrap it up, Molly. Cha-chow. Wait. Okay, wrap it up, Tambi.
We're in the Abacos. Woo!